Hey, Christina, way to think fast and get a whole shoot done in such a short period of time while this woman was smoking. Looks like she's actually walking away from you as you're finishing up. I was laughing when I opened it. When I opened up your assignment, I laughed because we rarely see people smoking on camera anymore. It's like this weird taboo thing now that people can't smoke on TV. They don't really do it in front of a camera anymore either. And I was like, wow, where did she find this person? And these are great. So you know, in your write-up, I could tell that you understood very clearly that a lot of the images that you looked at from these photographers really were made with hard directional light, and so you have shot in very diffused, soft light, and I would argue that the light ratio here is not 1 to 3. I'd say it's 1 to 2, even 1 to 1. I mean, I think this light's very flat, maybe like 1 to 2. It's very flat. I maybe see a half a stop of difference between this and this. Which isn't to say that it's problematic. I'm only clarifying so that you really understand what's going on here in your images. Here, I'm going to shrink this in so you have the full view here. Whoops, move. There we go. No, that's not going to happen. I think these images do have a mood to them, and I do think that the very soft and diffused light is working in your favor. However, I just want you to understand that it's not there is no hard edge to this light. There is no hard quality. This is quintessential soft light is what you're using here. See how there's no hard edge to the shadows right here? That's how basically, I mean, a lot of people will tell you otherwise, but light is really described by the either fuzziness or sharpness of the shadow it casts. And these shadows have extremely fuzzy edges. That means it's soft, fuzzy light. And also, I would argue that these are a bit underexposed. I could have a stop, even 2 more stops of exposure on both of these, and I think that they'd be a lot. They'd feel a lot more normal to me. They're a little bit dark. Maybe this one, you know, I could do it. I could sit with this exposure, but this one's underexposed to me. And I get the feeling that you looked at them for a while and really thought about this. And so here, in my thoughts that this is underexposed, it's maybe an aesthetic bias. You know, this is within an acceptable range of exposure. I just like them a little. I like my whites to pop out a little bit more personally. So this might admittedly be a bias. But your shoot was very good. You got a lot of variation in a short period of time here. You're shooting at a pretty high ISO, but in high aperture. Your ISO is pretty average, but your aperture is high, meaning it's really tiny, limiting you to a shutter speed of 1/125th of a second. But it's working fine. 1/125th of a second is fine for shooting human subjects. And then also at f14, you're not getting any corruption of your image. You're not getting any distortion of your image based on the tiny aperture either. So that's fine. Your exposure settings are fine. So yeah, mostly I just wanted to get in here and clarify to you that this is actually a very soft, very diffused light. And I know this because the shadows are soft and diffused. And then I would say it's arguably underexposed, but not much. But this, other than that, this is work that you can be proud of. These are great candid portraiture shots. Really nice. Really nice. You know, my technical feedback that I just gave you is almost splitting hairs compared to really how much mood and emotion and narrative there are to both of these images. Very, very nicely done. Really smart to think on your feet like that and grab a good subject when you had her. Very, very, very good. Thank you so much, Christina. This was a pleasure to look at.